What makes the WowGo S2 Max special is the 12S battery configuration, which is usually found on boards over $1,000. The higher S count or series count translates to higher voltage, and with higher voltage we should expect faster acceleration and less noticeable voltage sag. Coupled with the newly upgraded 550-watt hub motors on both sides of the board, the WowGo S2 is poised to be the king of the entry boards. But is it? Let's take a deep dive. A word from our sponsor today, which is myself. I'm raffling out my review sample boards. This is round 1, and what I'm raffling out is one of my electric skateboards with a hot swappable battery system. All you have to do is to be a subscriber and comment on the video. I plan to give away 5 electric skateboards in 2023 in 5 rounds. I am a small channel, so your chance to win is huge. Rules are explained in detail at the end of the video. Now, let's get back to the review. The WowGo S2 Max has a much stronger mid-range than other boards with 500-watt motors, meaning starting out from a standstill, the S2 Max actually don't feel much different from other entry-level boards, but once it's past 10 miles per hour, I can feel the motors kicking harder and accelerate faster. This 10 miles per hour to 25 mile per hour range is where the board really shines, and just to calm expectations, the board won't feel like a true full-fledged 12S board. For example, the AT2 Plus uses a 12S battery configuration and has a much stronger motor that's pushed by the voltage being passed to it. However, the 550 hub motors, despite being an upgrade over the 500-watt motors, isn't enough to put it on par against the AT2 Plus. However, that is not to say it is an unworthy upgrade. No, not at all. For $400, this kind of upgrade is unheard of. If you are looking for the fastest $400 entry-level skateboard, stop looking, this is it. The WowGo S2 Max excels at not only speed, but also turning and carving. Most electric skateboards use standard 55-degree angle trucks on their boards. The S2 Max, however, uses 50-degree angle trucks. The higher the angles, the easier it is to turn, and the lower it is, the more stable it is. I can really feel the difference when turning and carving on this 50-degree truck. I have to say, paired with the softer 85A bushings and these higher angle trucks, this board feels very aggressive and handles sharp turns with ease. Downside of such maneuverable board is stability at higher speeds. It starts to feel very unstable, especially after going over speed bumps. I feel the board shake quite a bit at higher speeds, and sometimes when you try to brake hard. This is not a big issue. You can tighten the bushings and get more stability at higher speeds, but that will sacrifice the turning radius of the board. The wheels on these boards are super grippy as well. They feel much softer and grippier than traditional urethane wheels. The soft compound also helps lower the general noise of the board as you roll down the street. Braking isn't usually a big feature that I cover often, but I feel like I need to highlight it quite a bit here. The brakes on this board are excellently tuned for beginners because it has a huge margin for error near the start. The initial 10 to 15% of the brake knob does very little in terms of slowing down. While some advanced users might complain about how soft these brakes are in the beginning of the turn of the knob, it does wonders for new riders at high speeds. This allows the riders to adjust their speed while going very fast with precision and plenty room for error. This is a feature that's often overlooked when users ask for stronger brakes, and that usually leaves very little room for error at higher speeds, which might end up throwing users off actually. That isn't to say these brakes are bad, not at all. When you pull the brakes with full force, it executes that command precisely and comes to a stop at a rate comparable to other models at similar price. The S2 Max also has a suite of features I need to mention that makes this board super enjoyable. The foam grip, which dampens the road vibrations by quite a bit. If you're going to be on any skateboard for more than 15 minutes, these grips are the way to go. This board also has a remote start, which is even better than some boards' kickstart, which you have to kick the board. This one, you just need to press one button, it turns on the board, and you go. And when you get back home, you just turn off the remote and leave the board alone. The deck is also in an ultra slight concave, which doesn't stress your feet but still provides an amazing traction to those who love to carve. The deck is also made out of 8 layers of Canadian maple wood, bamboo, and fiberglass, making this board durable for high speed, yet flexible at low speeds for turning and carving. The remote has telemetry and general information you need to know about the board. Most entry-level boards don't even have display on their remotes, so this is a plus as well. As for range, I got about 10 miles out of the range test. That's with a rider weight of 200 pounds and the temperature near 0 degrees. So I would expect performance to be much better in more pleasant weather and if you are just lighter weight than me. I've not yet tested out the donut wheels for this board yet. They will be in a separate video. Generally, donut wheels are for rougher road conditions and if you want a smoother ride. These donut wheels are much cheaper than cloud wheels, but will they offer the same type of comfort and performance? Well, stay tuned, there's a review coming up on the donut wheels for the S2 Max. To qualify for the raffle, you need to be a subscriber and make a comment on the video. I will use the unique user comments as entries. That means if you make multiple comments, it will not count. I will only be able to ship within the United States. I will not be covering shipping. However, Facebook Marketplace allows me to generate shipping for dirt cheap, around $45, and I will contact the winner on the details around shipping for an almost new electric skateboard.